welcome to another episode of Live With It. I am Sarah Lane, and this is the show where the DTNS family of folks lives with a gadget or a service or a product or something over a long enough period of time that we get a solid, honest feel about living with it. The good, the bad, the ugly, and we share our thoughts with you. We are so excited to have Jason Howell joining us today, Android faithful and regular DTNS host. Hi, Jason.
Hi, from my garage. So apologies. Don't ask too many questions about the antlers up there. It's a wall decoration.
That was actually going to be my first question, but okay.
It's a little weird, I know, but like I'm not a hunter or anything. It's actually like a piece of art that my wife won at like an art thing. But so we keep it up there where it's out of view. Sort of.
Well, listen, as somebody who podcasted from my garage for many years, I feel you. And I also think that garages are underrated.
Yeah, I am fortunate and like so happy that I have this room to escape to when there are contractors in the house updating a bathroom. And that's the primary reason why you got me in a garage today. But hey, this is what my garage looks like.
So the whole live with it thing, it could definitely be about not having that bathroom. But today we're talking about something totally different. So what do we got?
Well, today I want to talk a little bit about this little doohickey here. This is called the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And in kind of video creator circles, this has become in a very short amount of time. I think it launched last year at some point, maybe early 2024. Came on my radar a few months after that when I was at an event and I saw a friend, Tim Schofield, walking around with this thing and pointing it at things and taking video. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is that thing? Like, what does it do? And he was like, you have to get it. And,
yeah, I mean, for anybody who's not watching the video, this is sort of it's like long and lean with, I guess, a gimbal at the top and, I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of modular. So yeah, it's essentially, what is it? It's a camera, but in kind of like a like fit in the palm of your hand stick form, right? It's kind of long and lean, like you said. And the baseline device is what I'm showing right here. And it has a little display that you flip out that turns the display on. The gimbal like kicks into gear. And then, I can hit this button a couple of times and it focuses or it swaps around. So now it's pointed at me, but that's not fun because you can't see it. Now it's pointing away. And with this display, depending on the orientation that it's in, determines what it's recording. So right now it's recording in horizontal. If I was to flip it like that, and let me hit continue so it doesn't turn off automatically. Now it's recording in vertical, up to 4K resolution is what it's capable of, but I think when it's in vertical, it's actually shooting at 3K. So there's probably a little bit of crop action happening. But, and of course it has the stabilizer gimbal on the camera itself. And there's different modes that you can do with that. But it's just like...
it almost looks like it's alive.
I know it does.
It's really trying to be like, okay, what do you want? What do you want?
It won't stop staring at me. That's kind of the beauty of it. I mean, really, like when I saw Tim at this Google event pull this thing out, he had it in the palm of his hand like this. It's kind of hidden except for this camera that's popping out. And I think the immediate thing that really struck me about this camera was, whoa, it's almost like it's not there, but what's the quality? And I asked him, he's like, the quality is amazing, which I can attest. It shoots really great video.
Mm-hmm.
The stabilization is solid. So if I've got to shoot B-roll and there's something down there, I can just kind of have it in my hand and, and just kind of zoom, bring the device, the Pocket 3 closer to, and it'll kind of lock onto the device or whatever I'm showing off, and things look kind of smooth, and it's just really portable, easy to throw into a pocket when you're done. If I'm in horizontal and then I flip it to vertical, there's a setting that automatically says if after 2 seconds I haven't hit this button on the screen, going to vertical means that it just powers off. And so when you're out in the field, like run and gun kind of content shooting, it's like I get to my place, I flip it up, I wait a couple of seconds for it to kind of orient itself. I tell it point to that thing and I hit record and it starts. And then when I'm done, I just flip it like this, wait 2 seconds, and boop, it goes back into my pocket and I move on. And it's just a really handy, the longer I've had it, the more I've found like new uses for it. And I love that. Like, so often we buy things and we expect that it's going to be the most amazing thing. And then very shortly we realize, oh, I'm not using it nearly as much as I thought I was going to. And this is totally the opposite. I use this for so many things.
How much does it cost?
Well, so that's interesting because when I bought this last year, probably about a year ago, actually, almost exactly, I got what's called the Creator Combo. And it comes with a few other things, which I'm realizing I didn't bring in here with me, but one of them is this extension battery. So there's a battery on the device, and then when I pop this into here, that's also chargeable, and so it kind of
that's why it looked so much longer at first.
Right,
that was the battery.
It's a little bit more of a stick there. It comes with the Creator Combo, comes with the DJI wireless Bluetooth mic. This is really handy for a number of reasons, but let me answer your question. When I bought it with the Creator Combo, which is a bunch of other pieces of kit that are tailored for this, it was around $732 all in. I think if you were just to buy the camera back then, it was probably close to $500 if I had to guess. Now the camera itself is $799. The Creator Combo is almost $1,000. It's almost $1,000, $979. So the price is increased. And yeah, kind of interesting in a short year from, a little more than a year.
That probably speaks to popularity.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to wonder, like, oh, well, tariffs, impact everything. This happened well before the kind of current tariff moment that we're in. I would definitely say, and part of it's just guessing. I feel like I read some news articles about this when it happened, but this has been an incredibly popular device for DJI, one of their more popular devices, in fact. And so I wouldn't be surprised if it is because of popularity, because at $500 for this thing, I felt like that was a screaming deal, considering the quality, the video quality of this, 4K, up to 120 frames per second maximum. You get D-Log, so if you are, if you get really nerdy about your file formats and you want maximum ability to color correct on the other end. Personally, I don't go that nerdy, but if you do, I know a lot of creators that use this with D-Log support so that they can really get their custom color grading, and the footage just looks excellent. Like, it's really, to me, it looks better than a lot of the footage that I shoot with my smartphone, and that's why I would choose to use this over a smartphone.
Okay, so you mentioned battery. Let's talk about battery life, because obviously, if you're on the go, you're at CES in Las Vegas, or wherever you may be, and you're running and gunning, and how long do you have until you have to have a kit with you?
Well, I mean, the good news is it has a kind of a fast charge. So it's a small amount of plugging it in with the right charger gets you hours right back. But I would probably say, like, I haven't rated it, like, personally, start to finish, like full to empty. But I have not run into a situation where I have run out of charge. Partially because I do have this battery extension that I showed you initially that it attaches to. And so, I would probably say, I don't know, 3-4 hours out of it probably with the extension, which, maybe
it's getting you through an event.
Absolutely.
Or a soccer game, or, wherever you might be shooting.
Totally. And I mean, that's considering on recording start to finish, never turning it off 4 hours, right? But the cool thing about this is because it's so easy to be portable and just go right into your pocket, I'm only turning it on to record that thing and then turning it right back off when I'm done. And so it really does stretch the entire day. I took this to Barcelona when I was there for Mobile World Congress a handful of months ago. And, I was on the show floor shooting so much footage all the time with this thing. And again, I never ran into a situation where I was even close to running out of the battery on this.
Now, do you use it with a tripod, or is it always just kind of in your hand?
I use it both. Definitely have great experience with tripod. One of my favorite modes on here is something called Product Showcase. And basically it has different focus modes. So you could set it up I could set it up to focus on that person over there, and it would track and follow that person. It would even rotate the gimbal to follow them,
Wow.
and it would fix focus to that person. Or in product showcase mode, I do this a lot in my videos. If you see some of my product reviews on my channel, I use this a lot for them. And what it is I set it up on a tripod, and it can detect when I have a device in my hands. And when it detects that there's a device in my hand, it racks the focus from my face, which is the previous default, to the device.
What?
And so I'm able to kind of extend out and, kind of frame myself. And then when I want to show the phone or whatever it is, I pull it up and it immediately catches focus to the phone.
Wow.
And more or less it stays there. Sometimes it does a little jostling back and forth. It's trying to figure it out. But most of the time it's able to rack that focus. And then if I take it out of the shot, boop, it goes right back to me. It's really intelligent and great quality. I love it.
When we talk about our live with it gadgets and, doohickeys, we always, we know that nothing's ever perfect, right? Mm-hmm. Even if you really, really like a product, you mentioned, well, it's more expensive than it was when you bought it.
For sure.
Would you buy it now at the price that it is now?
100% I would. I mean, would I be convinced before buying it that it made sense at $1,000 for the creator combo? I'd probably, if I hadn't had
it would be a tougher sell.
It would be a tougher sell. Like I'd have to have a little more convincing. But knowing what I know about it, knowing how useful it is to me in not just a very specific thing, but a number of different things, is very flexible. I continue to get exactly, mostly, let's say, what I expect to get out of it. Yeah, I would. I've spent, in the last 2 years of doing the independent content thing, I've spent plenty of dollars on gear that I thought was going to change things for me.
Oh, I know
and
the
that didn't
feeling.
happen.
Before we get to the cons, because there's always a con,
Sure.
But what would you say, just kind of in a nutshell, are the pros of this?
If I was to list the things that I love about it, I've mentioned that it's compact, it's portable, it's reasonably light, right? Very flexible. The video quality is excellent. The stabilization quality is also top notch in my experience. I haven't had a whole lot of experience with different stabilizers, but I'm very happy with this. Easy media export. So there's a little micro SD card slot right there. You just pop.
Oh, see, that was going to be my question.
Right,
I was like, where do you transfer all that stuff from?
Well, maybe I don't have a card in there right now. Apparently I don't, because it's in my computer. I had transferred off the media, but yeah, it stores to the micro SD card, and
there's no like Bluetooth or wireless transfer. You got to do micro SD.
That's just how I choose to do it. Yeah, that's a good question. I honestly don't know if there is wireless transfer. And if there is, I haven't used it. I don't prefer wireless transfer, to be honest. I like to just, because they're big, they're reasonably big files, especially if
have the thing, put the thing in the other thing, and then
totally put it there, move it off, move on with my life. That's how
I get you. I get you.
But yeah, what else? The integration with the DJI Mic 2 is really great. It immediately captures it. The second I power on this little lapel mic, the DJI is made to be a receiver for this particular mic, and so it immediately sees it and routes the audio through.
Cool.
One thing that's really cool about that is it simultaneously records all audio on the device itself as well as inside of the microphone. So you got these multiple layers of redundancy. And another really great thing about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is that it has a noise reduction algorithm, which normally would make my toes curl, like I'm like, oh, don't apply your noise reduction. I want to do it in post, but it's actually really good. I've started opting for the noise reduction like audio processed on the device versus the unprocessed wave file, just because it saves me a ton of time and the trade-off is worth it.
Well, and if it sounds good.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I do the same thing in various, editing software programs where I'm like, the compression just sounds better than me fussing around with it, after the fact.
Totally.
All right. So we mentioned transfer. You got the micro SD card. Is there anything about this product that you're like, well, I don't love this?
Yeah, of course. There is with everything, right? Like I already mentioned, the product showcase mode is excellent, but every once in a while it does a little jostling of focus. And the problem is that the display on here is not large enough that you necessarily see that when you're recording very easily. So that's a little ding. Sometimes I catch it in the edit after the fact. I'm like, oh, man, I can't go back out to that park and record that thing. So I just have to cover it with B-roll or something. But also, let's see here. What else? The memory card, when it is full or almost full, it's not always easily to notice that. And so you could run into a situation where
you don't get some sort of a blinking light or anything like that.
I mean, if I do, then I am so
you just
busy.
Haven't seen it yet.
I'm so busy, like focused on the recording itself, because I have run into a situation where I ran out of space and, I had to redo something. But that's only really happened once to me. So I do a better job of keeping it clear. Let's see here. Okay. So the creator combo does come with lens options. So the standard lens is just like a standard lens, but you can pop on these little magnetic lens options that give you like a wide angle or polarized or whatever. And which is great, nice and flexible, but they're small, and the magnets, while they are strong-ish, they aren't strong, like crazy strong. And so it is very possible that when you have a one of those lenses on here and you're on the go, you might end up losing the magnet by putting it in your pocket or whatever. So that's something, to kind of keep track of. It's a little too easy to lose those attachments.
There's some moving parts here.
Yeah.
There are definitely some moving parts. Well, Jason, as we wrap up this episode, it does sound like the Osmo Pocket 3 has changed your life for the better. And for anybody who's sort of like, well, I'm not a content creator. I think you've made a very good case for why this could just work in life for a variety of reasons.
Totally. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of use cases for it outside of, shooting B-roll or shooting footage or an interview. That's another thing that I use it for, hold it out there and just have an interview with someone. There's a lot of content creation applications for it. And really at the end of the day, I think that's kind of what this device is designed more in mind for. But it's DJI. Their products are usually pretty great for a number of different things. And I'm sure that someone could come up with other use cases for it. But I tend to only use it for those use cases for what that's worth.
Yeah. I know it was a slip when you said foodage. I was like, that is such a good word for
foodage.
Food.
Oh, it is. I love that.
Like,
that's gotta
did we
exist.
Just make that up? Foodage. Yeah. You know what it is. You want to look at food. Jason Howell, such a pleasure. Thank you so much for enlightening us on this fun gadget. Very much what we do on Live With It. Let folks know where they can keep up with the rest of your work.
Oh, I'm so busy and all over the place. Obviously, Android Faithful at DTNS through the DTNS kind of umbrella of things. But go to linktree.com/Jason Howell. That's like a good place to just go and see all the things I'm up to. I've got a lot of other podcasts and videos on my YouTube channel. So check it all out.
You are a busy guy. So yes, definitely check out Jason Howell. Many of you already know him well, but if you're just meeting him for the first time, he is a busy man. That is it for this episode of Live With It. Remember, if you enjoy the show, we can only do shows like this with your continued support, and we thank all of you for supporting us on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/DTNS to learn more. All right. What are we going to talk about next time? I'm not telling you yet. No, it's going to be a secret until next week. But I am Sarah Lane, and you've been watching Live With It. We'll see you next time.